Good evening and welcome to another unboxing video. Just arrived home from work today and this was waiting for me, or these rather. There's three of them. I'll show you the third one in a minute, but they're all exactly the same. And I ordered these on the 20th of December. It's now the 23rd of January, so that's just over a month it took to come, and they come from China. You may have seen adverts on eBay, AliExpress, GearBest, the sort of Chinese type websites with pictures of the very cheap Bf109s, 1/48 scale. I say very cheap. These ones were £2 and a penny each. I bought three. The only problem with the delivery is that they've got to come from China, and I think they come on a slow boat from China. Having ordered lots of other stuff via AliExpress over the last 3 years, it can be a bit hit and miss in terms of delivery times, so you might be lucky and get them within sort of 10 days, otherwise you might wait 6 weeks. So 4 weeks is possibly just a wee bit longer than a typical delay time, but they've arrived here eventually. Unfortunately, on the journey, this one is damaged. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So let's have a look at these cheap Chinese plastic ME109 Bf109s and see what they're like. So I can see straight away that the propeller's broken on that, so that's obviously suffered on the journey. They're actually just snapped together. Not entirely sure what sort of plastic. It feels a little bit different to the standard sort of plastic kits, but then the outside is covered with this paint stuff. It almost looks like a kind of rubberized surface, but it is plasticky. And they're pre-painted, so I can't vouch for the schemes, but this one is in dark grey and black, with the garish fighter written down the side of it. So we get the fuselage. As I say, they click together. I'll just do it very roughly. We get the wings, which comes in 3 parts. So there's the bottom of the wings and the tops. They just click together. I mean, the decals have obviously been damaged rubbing against other bits of plastic on the journey over. Having said that, the paint scheme is such that you probably wouldn't want to leave it as it arrives. You probably want to paint it yourself anyway. So that's not necessarily a particularly worrisome issue. So there we get the wings. We get a couple of sprues. So you got the tail, the wheels, the nose cone, and we've got a little instrument panel there. All pre-painted. This one isn't painted. This is the wheel mountings, the bomb. We've got the inside the cockpit with the chair, the exhaust, and a few little bits and pieces. Not entirely sure where they go, whether they're machine guns or not, but there's no space in the wings to put them if they are. So I'm not sure where they go. Anyway, what else is there? We've got a cockpit and got a couple of rubber tyres. So we get these, not very flexible, but certainly rubberish tyres, and we get a cockpit with pre-painted lines, not particularly brilliant. Again, a lot of that looks like it's rubbed off on the journey from China. Broken propeller. There's the other bit. I don't know how well that'll glue together. So that's what you get. This one, the actual fuselage is snapped in half there, and I saw earlier, without getting it out of the bag, that the propeller is broken on that one as well. There's only one blade, so that hasn't travelled too well. So let's have a look at the third one, and this is what it ends up as. As I say, this is just pressed together. The rear wheel is somewhat oversized and garish, so I shall remove that and not use it. I've not fitted the wheels. There isn't space to have the actual wheels themselves within the wings, but I'm not sure whether I'll have this on the ground or in the air. Maybe I'll have one on the ground and one in the air, and then do the other two as if they were on the ground. But as a cheap kit, it looks reasonable. It looks reasonably proportioned. The lines on it are very deep, and overly so, I would suggest. I mean, there's lots of detail on there, but the panel lines are quite deep and wide. And similarly, on the fuselage itself, you can see how deep they are with the little indents at the top there. Very deep panel lines. Quite garish probably, but then at least there is detail. So how does that compare to a normal Bf109 kit? Well, I have one here. This is my ICM Ukrainian company Bf109, and size-wise, it looks reasonably accurate. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same mark of Bf109. I'm not sure what this is supposed to represent. So there will be some differences, but size-wise, the wingspan appears to be very similar, maybe a couple of millimetres short. But body-wise, it looks reasonably similar in size. There you go. So it does look very. It looks like it's scaled well compared to what you would class as a better quality kit. You know, this one was, I don't know, was it 11 quid or something? 10 quid, 11 quid. This one was 2 quid. They do come in about 6 different paint scales, 1 or 2 of which are quite garish. I think there's an orange one, and 1 or 2 which look more historically correct than others. This is the 3 that I got. That's the 3 colour schemes I got. I think it's just potluck with what they send you. So, you know, maybe you might be prepared to leave that colour scheme as it is and just stick it on the Wargames table as it is, and you know, it would look fairly reasonable. But I think I'll change it and paint it up in a perhaps more historically accurate colour scheme and decal system. But overall, for £2, cheap, quick. You could have it on the gaming table within 10 minutes probably. If you didn't want, if you were putting it as is and not painting the interior, the cockpit, it's just the black plastic in there. Incidentally, that pops up for whatever use that would be. But for, as I say, for £2, if you don't mind waiting a month or so from China, probably quite a reasonable addition to the Wargames table, really, if you're not too fussed with historical accuracy in terms of the model and the paint schemes. But not a bad purchase. Thanks for watching.